r/ProRevenge.
Make a developmentally disabled boy cry, lose your family. My former boss is the worst human being I've ever met. He did all sorts of things to mess with anyone he didn't like. So a while ago I was at a family event in a local park, walking with a young boy from our family who is developmentally disabled with Down syndrome, Ben. Ben does fairly well all things considered, but he's always been sensitive to anyone making fun of the way he looks or his condition. We are just having a good time on our little stroll, Ben and I both enjoying the day. Along comes my boss walking toward us. I'll call him Rob. I cringe at seeing him but smile and say hello to play nice. Rob. There's something you don't see every day. A pair of ugly retards walking together. Ben bursts into tears as Rob laughs and walks off. I deal with Ben and ignore Rob. I'm super pissed and trying to calm Ben down because for a few minutes he was totally distraught. Finally I get Ben to focus on how he has me and a lot of other awesome friends and family and that Rob is a stranger and what he thinks doesn't matter. We walked some more and I saw that Rob was at the park with his wife and teen daughter having a cookout and he had apparently been on his way back to his family from a trip to the toilet when he saw us. Back to being super pissed. I went back to our gathering and talked to an adult cousin of mine, Jake, telling him what happened. Jake wanted to get revenge on Rob, but I reminded him that this was my boss. I didn't want Rob to be able to know the revenge had anything to do with me because then he'd make my work life even worse than he already had. So Jake asked me for anything I knew about Rob that might help. I told Jake a bunch of things about Rob, but the relevant info here is that Rob liked to drink a particular kind of locally made beer at a certain bar. Rob had talked of having drank there on the previous Friday night while his wife and daughter were away visiting her family. Also, Rob had recently told a story at work about his wife's obsession with a particular little green fictional character. Let's call it Yabby Boda. Turns out his wife kept a stuffed Yabby Boda on their bed at all times. I wasn't there for the revenge setup itself because I didn't want Rob to see me, but Jake filled in the details afterward. It was basically this. Jake approached Rob and put an arm around his shoulders and tried to kiss him. Rob pushes him off. Rob! What are you doing? Rob's family is now paying attention. Jake. I am just so excited to see you, sweetie. Friday night was so amazing. Rob. What are you talking about? Jake. Seriously, you're going to act like you don't remember now? I know you were a bit tipsy after all of those, specific local beers, at the local bar, but certainly you remember what happened later. Rob. Nothing happened later. Or ever. I don't even know your name. Jake. Really? You were screaming it on Friday. Rob. Turning red, you lying son of a. Rob's wife, interrupting. Listen, I don't know who you are, but this is my husband. I'm sure you have him mistaken for someone else. Please just leave us alone. Jake. Oh no, I'm not mistaken. We had the best sex ever on Friday night and now he's acting like he doesn't even know me. Rob's wife. I told you, this is my husband. You're mistaken. Jake. Oh, maybe I am. I guess it was someone else who took me back to his place on Rob Street, and had great sex with me on the bed right next to Yabby Boda. Sorry. Jake turns and walks away. Rob's wife. Oh my God, Rob, WTF is wrong with you? You're gay now? Really? Already long story made a bit shorter, Rob's wife wasn't real happy with him anyway and this was apparently the tipping point that made her file for divorce soon thereafter. Rob frequently complained at work in the following months about how he didn't care about his wife but really missed his daughter and how much it sucked to live in his new place compared to his old home. Every time he complained about his lack of a home life at work, I knew he did it to himself when he was mean to a developmentally disabled kid. The best part is he never figured out I was involved at all.
Response to post. I remember when I started working with special need adults and didn't know how to feel about going out and about with them in public. So many fucking people just stare. Luckily I quickly didn't care anymore. You are a 55-year-old man with Down syndrome and you wanna hold my hand while we walk down the street? Sure thing, who gives a fuck? Rather be in the company of my residents than those who stare anyway.
I don't work now as I'm disabled, but defo the best job I ever had was working with special needs adults. Driving all over, rocking out to old rock music full blast at 8 a.m? Hell yes. Cooking and singing? Yup. Hell, when we go to the bathrooms in shopping center, let's sing along to the music there too. Hated Christmas though, headache.
Response to post.
Out of all the things in the story, I don't know why you'd have to get a pseudonym for Baby Yoda.
Response to post.
Love this story, hope it's real.